Hello and welcome possibly back on Friday, June the 6th. It's been a few hours since I answered my question of the week. I did fall asleep, as I said that I would, after I ate my potatoes. But I like I said, I needed time for my whipped topping to unfreeze. So that gave me plenty of time after I fell asleep for hours and hours and hours on end to make my two fluffs. I have two fluffs that I am making because my friends are having a barbecue. Marilee's mom is coming to town, so they're going to do a little barbecue while she's here. And also my aunt, my head injured aunt, her life celebration is this weekend. We just celebrate her coming. She had a car accident. She was in a coma. So she came out of the coma. She was kind of reborn. So we celebrate her still being alive. She's because I've said, life celebration. You hear that, and I've had people say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," but I'm like, no, she's still alive. It's fine. But for my friend's barbecue, my Marilee's mom coming to town, I asked Marilee, I was like, does your mom have like a favorite cookie or some kind of favorite flavor that she likes? Because I can do these fluffs with just like regular Jello flavors. I did one once with the I think it's Skittles. It's Skittles pudding mix, whatever, or Jello mix, whatever. And she told me one of her mom's favorite things was Heath Bars. So I thought I would attempt to make a Heath Fluff. So they're not always all cookies. I've done like a fruit salad kind of one before. I've done like the thing with like the orange one with like just like mandarin oranges, whatever. So now I have accomplished a Heath Fluff, and there's an unintended benefit that comes with it, and that is it also kind of tastes like a toasted marshmallow, because I put marshmallows in it, just kind of fluff it out, so to speak. But I did do, with this one, I did do the regular recipe that I usually do, and that is 3 cups of, and I make, you'll see here, I make a lot of it because I want to make sure there's plenty for the party. So you may have to, a long time ago, I found a YouTube video, can't even remember whose it was that I watched, but I kind of doubled their recipe to make as much as I do. So I use 3 cups of milk. I use 8 ounces of cream cheese, and I've started using, my mom suggested this once because I was trying to make one at the last minute, maybe for one of my uncle's parties. I can't remember if it was the 4th of July or the life celebration, but she's like, because you usually have to wait for it to soften or whatever, and she's like, why don't you just get the whipped topping? And so that's what I've done every time since, is get because it's 8 ounces, it's perfect, it's the perfect size, because that's how much I need for my recipe. And then of course you need 32 ounces of whipped topping for what I do. And that's kind of, or for as much as I make for the parties, that I do. I have all these things over here, and because I'm making 2 videos, I'm also doing the cherry mash. Did I say that? So I'm doing the Heath Bar fluff for Marilee's mom, but for my uncle's party, for my aunt's life celebration, I'm doing a cherry mash inspired fluff. But that one is to come. But I have all my ingredients over here, and I want to make sure I grab the right stuff. But yeah, actually, because I did my regular recipe with this, and because I put in the cream cheese first, and then I pour in the milk, and you whisk it together, which is what they said to do in the YouTube video. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. That's my spoon. So I actually have this like flat whisk, and I use that first to kind of like push, kind of spread the whipped topping, the cream cheese out. But then I was also able to use my new whisk that I bought on clearance after Easter. It's a carrot. So I decided to use that today. So I have a new whisk. I don't know if I would ever showed off my new whisk that, I mean, I haven't had a chance to use it since Easter or whatever. So that's the base of the cookie fluff. Oh, my air's coming on again. Great. I tried to make this after it turned off, but oh well, whatever. And my don't do drugs alarm might be going off fairly soon. But yes, I did the cream cheese, the milk, and of course the whipped topping. That's the star of the thing. But then I decided to. I kind of, well, this one I didn't really debate on. You also have to have 2 regular, for at least as much as I do. You may have to cut this in half if you're not making as much as I do. But I get 2 boxes of pudding mix, and I decided to go with chocolate because Heath Bars are already chocolate. And then, of course, I put in the mini marshmallows, and I ended up using the whole bag of this family value size, which is 16 ounces. And that's where because it kind of helps give a little bit more oomph to it, I guess. I didn't use marshmallows in the cherry fluff one, and it almost looks like it didn't make as much. But anyway, but for the Heath Bar, of course we have in the baking aisle these little Heath Bar pieces. And I ended up using 3 bags of these, and I think it was enough, hopefully. There's English toffee bits, and then that's the one that I got. And I think there's also, you can get just the brickle, but of course I'm trying to do Heath Bars here, so I had to get the toffee bits. And it tastes really good. Oh, well, it does taste pretty good. It smells pretty good too. But yeah, so that is, like I said, I ended up, and these are 8 ounces a piece. And I mean, I looked it up, and that was the cheapest way to do it, actually, because these little bags were like $2.50 each or something, or it was less than $3, I remember. And I went over to the candy aisle, and I was looking up, you know, just buying some of the bars and breaking them up myself. But those were more expensive, you know, and like, I guess, I mean, I didn't check out by the registers, but I mean, how many candy bars would I have had to buy to just get what they gave me? And it was already broken up. I didn't have to break it up myself. Like I said, it was like $2.50 to $3. It wasn't really that much per bag, anyway. I mean, I guess when you're buying 3 of them, the price goes up a little bit, but that's okay, you know. I think that was, I mean, it's so simple to make these. Obviously, I can make them, and like I always think that I'm forgetting something. I did once though. I actually forgot to mention in one of these videos when I was making one of my cookie fluffs. I forgot to mention the whipped topping, which somewhere in the description it mentions. Oh, I forgot. By the way, you'll need 32 ounces of whipped topping, Cool Whip. Whatever. So, I mean, it's just so alarmingly simple, I guess, that I always think when I'm making these videos, I forgot something. I forgot a recipe, or I forgot an ingredient, or whatever. But no, this one was simply, you know, the milk, you know, because you need something to wetten. I've had that problem before when I was making something else, when you put the pudding mix in with the, you know, with the whipped topping or whatever, it has a tendency to like dry it out, kind of. So you need some kind of component in there to keep it moist, because I know everybody loves that word, right? So that's why I decided to use milk with this one, whereas I didn't necessarily with the cherry mash one, because it had the juice from the cherries. So, but anyway, this is actually the one on top. I've put them in the fridge, so they've been setting for a minute. But this is, I think Mixie just made a squeak. Let's see. You see, this is a giant thing, and it looks like I could have mixed it up a little bit more there, huh? I got some brown in my crack. Sorry, it happens. This, I always have to look because I forget how big this is. But I wish I had that problem with everything. Sterilite, 8.1 quarts. 7.7 liters is how is how big this is. So, and I have it marked. I have my stickers where I can say Heath Fluff, you know, Toby Keith Fluff. You might be able to make that, but this is what it looks like. So, and you can see the marshmallows in there and all the goodness in it, and it's not. I guess it's pretty solid. Well, I guess it is kind of. It's kind of moving, isn't it? So maybe I shouldn't hold it up like that for too long. I'll end up on the floor like all those videos that make people so sad. But yep, that's my fluff, baby, or that's my Heath Fluff. Anyway, so the Heath Fluff is ready to go for Marilee's mom. Good. And like I said, because I just got a little bit on my finger. It also oddly. I mean, even without getting a marshmallow, it kind of has a weird. It's kind of weird. To me, it kind of almost tastes like a toasted marshmallow. So this apparently it works for Heath or toasted marshmallow fluff. What do you know? All you needed was a little Heath, and you're good. And of course, it does have like the pieces in it. I don't know if they'll soften. Being in the Cool Whip mix or not, but otherwise they could be kind of a little crunchy. So that's what I have. I have a friend who has children, and I always share a little bit of. The fluff with them. I kind of got that started at one point because I'm like, it comes home with me. I always make so much. It comes home with me, and then I don't eat it. Like, it just sits in the fridge and it goes to waste. So these people, they used to work overnight with me, and they live right next door. So it's very convenient to be like, hey, y'all want some fluff? Because I'm not going to eat it. So, but they have children, and so I kind of warned them. I'm like, oh, there might be some, some crispy bits in this that they could choke on. So just to forewarn you. But yeah, that's the Heath Fluff, and in 5 minutes, my take drugs alarm is going to go off. So I guess I'll end the video here, go take my drugs, and then I'll be back to show you the cherry mash fluff if you're interested in seeing that. So other than that, have a good weekend, and I shall see you for what I see you, or nothing at all. That also works.